Last weekend, Sydney Watson and Avi Yemeni, the far-right talking heads, held an event called March for Men in Melbourne. And they pretended that this event was a wholesome men's rights event and not an anti-feminist MRA rally and a honeypot for a justified leftist response that they could then go and froth to the media about for self-promotion. God forbid. Anyway, there was a SBS Viceland spoke to some... Jesus! Sorry guys, that's Bluebeard. His real name's Dino. He's a Croatian thing, the result of a scientific experiment, and he's a hybrid between a goblin and a hog and a human, originally engineered in Mordor by Sauron. Little known fact, he was meant to be one of his henchmen. He's sort of, ground level grunts in the Great War against Middle-earth. He lives in a bog like Shrek, and he subsists only on rats. Give us a fucking rat. Anyway, he spoke to SBS Viceland before the March for Men, and here's what he had to say about those fucking Sheilas. Being a man sucks. I get in a relationship with a woman, she sucks my dick a couple of times, we get a divorce, and she gets half. Fuck that. Don't tell me what to do unless you want to go home in a body bag. Cheers for that, Bluebeard. Now, a few of us lefties online pointed out what Bluebeard had to say as being pretty telling of the motivations, the underlying ones anyway, of many of the attendees, so we thought. What did Avi Yemeni have to say about that?
Spends his days in and out of mental institutions. But they decided to pick him to run a story on because he said what they wanted to hear. They interviewed everybody, including Sydney Watson. But again, they decided to pick the one man who belongs in mental institutions. This one man, in fact, I personally kicked out of the event. Bluebeard does not represent any of us.
No, we don't know. Oh, God, he's crazy. No, we don't know him. What? He's crazy. Him? Us? Never mind that you're his mate on Facebook, hey, Avi? Never mind that he's also mates with the head of your security on Facebook too, hey, Avi? Never mind that there he is taking pride of place right behind you and Sydney Watson at your private social conservative function in Paran a couple of months back, eh, Avi? An event which was only for conservatives under 30, and given that he's 48 years old, he had to be personally led in by you, eh, Avi? Fucking love you, Avi. The reason the pathologically dishonest Yemeni leapt immediately to distance himself from the goblin hog-human hybrid man and spent no time at all on the linkages between the reason for the March for Men event and the things that Bluebeard had said was because there's absolutely no honesty in the entire setup for the event. Consider the reason that the event, the March for Men, came to be in the first place. After the tragic death of Eurydice Dixon, who was simply walking home through a park, there was an uncommonly resounding and I think surprisingly bipartisan call to look at the factors of male aggression and male violence against women, seeing in that event only an opportunity for their own promotion. These dregs and narcissists, Sydney Watson and Avi Yemeni, arguably the algae and scum hanging off of the barnacles, hanging off of the bottom of the barrel of society itself, decided that they needed to defend men's honour and reputation out of that tragedy. Let's save these poor men from the nasty virtue signalling ghosts of the women they've murdered. They held a honeypot rally to troll lefties and to use MRAs to boost their own online profiles. And then one of the rally attendees talked about putting women in body bags. So we have a woman in a body bag, leading to an outcry, leading to a trolling honeypot rally, leading to one of the attendees talking about putting women in body bags. And then you, Avi Yemeni, think that you can simply get away, you and Sydney Watson, with acting like old mate Bluebeard is a fruitcake and that he doesn't at all represent you? Oh no, mate.
Oh no, mate.
Oh no, motherfucker.
Motherfucker!
Bluebeard is your best mate. You are exactly the same as him. And he's not the only abuser that was there in the crowd, the only woman hater. Blair Cottrell was there too, I'm told. And here's an hilarious tweet that Cottrell did yesterday, just yesterday, about how women are weak because of hilarious Eurydice Dixon's death. Dead daughter. Kill my ex's new boyfriend with the tomahawk. Burn his house down. Not to mention the other convicted domestic abusers that I know were at that rally. Am I here to dox them and to talk about who they are? Oh no. This is about your pathological dishonesty and your mate Bluebeard. You cannot say he isn't representative of that rally. He is practically its team fucking mascot.
Roar, give us the dairy. Roar, kill the bitch. Roar.
Own that shit and talk about real big boys and girls issues like male violence for once. Engage with the actual issues instead of being so pathologically dishonest, you tiny bug-eyed IDF prick. And the same goes for you too, Sydney Watson, you fucking gender traitor. Both of yous, have an actual discussion instead of lying and angling all the fucking time. It's so tedious.